Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Lehman from Math with Mrs. Lehman. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. It has been kind of a hectic few weeks here, but we're back on track today. So I'm here today with my 6th period class. Hey. Woo. They're very excited here. We have learned the properties of math, and we are, for our bell ringer today, matching up the properties. So we have 9 plus 7 equals 7 plus 9. Who can tell me what property that is? Christoph.
Commutative.
Commutative, very good. Commutative. And let's see, number 2 says 1 plus 0 equals 1. So you add 0 to a number, you get the same number. Jacob, what is that property?
Additive identity of 0.
Very good. So some places just call it an identity property because you get the same number after doing something to the number. In this case, adding 0. And then other, like on our worksheet, for example, for homework, it just simply wanted identity. But in our module, they definitely wanted the additive identity property. So that's easy enough. You know it's an identity property, and you know it's the additive one because you're adding. And then, yeah, you're adding 0. Number 3, 8 times 1 equals 8. Tori.
Multiplicative property.
Identity property. Multiplicative identity property of
0.
Nope. What are we multiplying by?
1.
One.
Of 1.
So let's try that all again. Ready?
Multiplicative identity property of 1.
Perfect. And last but not least, we have 4. And Cassie, what is our answer for 4?
Associative property.
Very good. Associative property means we just changed the grouping of the numbers. So in the first equation, we have 2, the quantity 2 plus 3 plus 4, and then that equals 2 plus the sum of 3 plus 4, 3 and 4. So it's the same problem, just grouped differently. This will work with addition, and this will work with multiplication. Okay? If you start grouping things differently with subtraction and division, you get yourself into some crazy wrong answers. All right. Any questions on this? All right, I have a quick song that I want to play for you. I'm going to pause the screen, but you should hopefully be able to hear it still on this channel. All right, I'm going to freeze this, and what I want you to do when I play the song is think, what property is this famous singer singing about? No, it's still counting on my screen. It's just you can't see it from the smartboard, but thank you for checking on that. All right, here we go. Ready? I'm going to put this up to the speaker, and let's hope it works. Okay, let's try that again. Whoops, this thing's a little glitchy right now. All right, let's do this again. Ready? What song or what property is she singing about? Hello from the Other Side by Adele. Or I mean, it's Hello by Adele, but she's singing Hello from the Other Side. Aiden, what do you think?
Commutative.
Very good. Why?
Because the commutative is just switching the order.
Very good. Yep. Ha ha ha. That was a funny joke, Mrs. Lehman. Way to go. Keeping it light. All right. Let me switch the screen back for us all. I hope that recorded. I'm not sure if it will. I'm pretty sure it will. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will work. Okay. Anyway. Here's our math joke of the day. It's a 10. The 1 is saying, you make me feel 10 times stronger. And the 0 says, without you, I'm nothing. If that isn't sappy, I don't know what is. Anyway, Valentine's Day is coming up. Love is in the air in the math world. Anyway, I'm going to pause this video. We're going to go over homework. All right, we are now flipping our books to page 31. I mean 31. That's a real crappy way to say it. Ah, well, I said that in class. We had a good chuckle, and there's now a big debate on whether or not I should record that. One child says no. Everyone else thought it was humorous. So I did it. I'm sorry. If you're here for jokes, you're probably in the wrong spot. Okay. If you're on my YouTube channel looking for a comedy session, you're probably misdirected. But if you're here to learn a little bit about the New York State modules and help with navigating that mess, then you're in the right spot. All right, anyway, we are on Lesson 9, writing addition and subtraction expressions. So a lot of people are really talented and really blessed to know that they know 2 languages, right? They can maybe speak Spanish and English, or French and German, or any combination, right? Is there anyone in here who has a fluency in 2 languages? Anyone? Okay, there are some people. That's awesome. I am not. No, I've tried over the years. I'm working on it. Anyway, now, what we're going to practice in math class is translating, except for instead of translating between 2 languages, spoken languages like that, we are going to translate between math and English, okay? So you guys already know a lot of this. For example, we are going to be working only on addition and subtraction today. We're going to eventually build our vocabulary, but right now we're going to look at addition and subtraction. So on your paper, if you could make 2 columns, one with an addition sign and one with a subtraction sign, we're going to figure out what words would signal us to add and what words would tell us we need to subtract. So I bet you already know a bunch of these. What words would tell us we need an addition expression? Steph, nice and loud. Sum, very good. Find the sum means you better add. Michael.
For subtraction, more.
More than something else? Less than? Hold on to that, because I like that, but we're going to wait on that one, and I have a reason why.
Difference.
Difference. Find the difference for subtraction. Okay, what else do we have? Christoph?
Debit.
Debit, okay, they're going back to some early mod 3, or was that late mod 2? I can't remember. Anyway, debit would be subtraction. I had a debit of $5. That would mean I would subtract 5. But what words, when you're reading math word problems, that would say, I need to subtract this? Find the difference, find the sum, which tell us to add. Debit would mean subtract. Let's focus on addition first, right? Let's keep it all on addition for now. Yes.
Gain.
Gain, okay. Yes.
Total.
Total. Now total we could use for both. Sometimes if we were to say all together, maybe. How much money do we have all together? We'd have to add up all of our amounts.
Credit.
Credit would not be, oh yeah, I would, never mind. Credit. Now you guys are really focusing on those other words. Let's think about words like sum and add, right? No one said add. All right, now they're starting to say some things. Yes?
Plus.
Good job, Malaya. Plus. All right, what else we got? Cam?
Subtract.
All right, we're just working on addition ones for now. Hold that. Combine, very good. So, if I said, how many books do we have combined, or combine our books? Malaya? Increase, very good. If I said that Tori has $3 more than me, right? That would mean we'd have to take my amount of money and add $3 to it. All right, last one. Yes.
Together.
Together, yep. all together or together. If you think of more, we can add it. All right, now let's look at subtraction. We have difference, debit. What do you think, Kathy?
Decrease.
Decrease, very good. If I decrease my, or if my grade is decreased by 10 points from not doing homework, right, it would be like 10 points were subtracted. Cam?
Minus.
Minus, very good. What else? Joseph?
Subtract.
Subtract, yeah, as simple as that. Subtract. And Christoph?
Deposit.
Nope, deposit is adding something. Yes.
Take away.
Take away, very good. All right, now we're going to go back to what Jonathan said. We have take away. He said, was it Michael or Jonathan? I don't know who said it now. I thought it was Michael. What did you say? Less than. All right, less than. Sorry, Michael. Less than. All right, now I want you to put a little asterisk next to that because this is what we're going to call a turnaround word. Let's think of the example 10 minus 5, right? Let's say that was our example. You don't have to write this down, but 10 minus 5. We would say find the difference of 10 and 5. I had a debit of $5. That's kind of a different one. 10 is decreased by 5. 10 minus 5. 10 subtract 5. 10 take away 5. But when we say less than, how would I say that? Riley. Oh, say that into the microphone.
5 less than 10.
And do we notice how Riley said the 5 first and not the 10? So that doesn't happen with all of subtraction, but it does happen when you see the words less than, because you would read that 5 less than 10. Okay? And you might also hear it when you hear the word from. So you take 5 from 10. Okay? So be really careful with these. You have to just, put a little thought into it. So we're going to practice a bunch today. We're going to skip a lot of the nonsense. I shouldn't be so negative. We're gonna stop skip over some of the drawings and whatnot. Kind of cut to the chase of this. So example 1, it says we're not creating a bar diagram. We're going to show 3 plus 5. So let's go real slow at the beginning. 3 plus 5 is 8, but to write it as an expression, you would write 3 plus 5. Okay? And then that's just with numbers. We call these expressions. Okay, how can we show a number increased by 2? Now, they do not want you to make up a number. They don't want you to come up with some number in your head and call it a day. What they want you to do is show that you don't know what that number is. How do we show that we don't know a number? What do we use instead? Cam? A letter. What do we call that letter? Oh, I'm coming back to Cam.
Variable.
Very good. So a variable. So a lot of times, when I was younger, it seemed like the only one anyone wanted to use was x as the variable. Now, we try to make sure you can use any variable. But typically, when you see a number, we're just going to say n, right? An unknown number. Each problem could have a different value of n, right? It just means we don't know what this is. N increased by 2. So how would I write that? Tori, nice and loud. Very good. N plus 2. All right. We're not drawing the model, so we are moving on to the next page. All right. The sum of m and k. Who can tell me how I would write that? The sum of m and k. Steph.
M plus K.
Very good. M plus k. M plus k. And we're going to skip again some of these questions. And if we have an example 4, 10 minus 6, how would I write that? Cassie, nice and loud. Shout it at me.
10 minus 6.
Very good. 10 minus 6. Now, is that the same thing as 6 minus 10? No. So we need to just be careful, again, that the operation of subtraction does not have the commutative property. We can't go flip-flop in the order of them and have it equal the same thing. We're definitely changing the problem when we flip-flop that. So here is your first tricky one. 3 less than a number. 3 less than a number. It's an old flip-flopper. Aiden, you think you know it? Yeah? Here he is.
3 less than 2.
No, we don't know the number, do we, Aiden? So we're going to use n, okay? So 3 less than n. How would we do that?
N minus 3.
You got it, Malaya. Nice job. N minus 3, because less than told her she needed to say the n first, the number n. All right, any questions so far? Aiden, do you see where? Okay. Let's move on to the next page. Okay, now they're really just throwing you in now. We see the word, well, it says, how would you write an expression to show the number c being subtracted from the sum of a and b? When you are dealing with multiple operations, you have to keep in mind that we would have to follow the order of operations. So if we want something done together, like two things being added, in this case the sum, we're going to have to make sure, to be clear, we utilize parentheses, okay? So when you see things like sum, two things being added, when there's another operation going on, let's err on the side of using the parentheses, okay? So, does anyone think they could write this expression? C being subtracted from the sum of A and B. C being subtracted from. Jacob.
C minus A plus B.
You said the exact opposite of what was written on your paper, Jacob. No, what you have on your paper is correct, but you said it backwards.
Oh, A plus B minus C.
Very good. And you have what in parentheses?
A plus B.
Very good. Now, technically, you don't need these parentheses because the order of operations would dictate that we would have to do that first anyway, but we're definitely talking about the quantity of A and B together, okay? So I personally think that it is best practice to write those parentheses in there to show this amount minus C. So maybe, for example, Jonathan and Cassie are going in on their brother and sister, and they're going to buy something, and Cassie's going to use her allowance, and Jonathan's going to use his allowance. They're going to add it together, and then they're going to go to the store and buy a video game they've been wanting. So you'd combine their money first, adding them together, right? And then subtract out from that total. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay, so again, this module is kind of saying that the parentheses aren't necessarily important here because of the order of operations. I think that you need to just be really clear on these things, and if you see sum and another operation going on, you should probably make sure you are grouping that together. All right, C being subtracted from the sum. Oh, that's never mind, forget that. All right, example 7. Write an expression to show the number C minus the sum of A and B. All right, so I'm going to come around and check your work. Why don't you write that one down on your paper? The number C minus the sum of A and B. Beautiful, Tori. Very good. Nice job, Jacob. Very good, Aiden. Very good. I'm going to have Blaze go ahead and read his.
C minus A plus B.
Right, and in parentheses you have
A plus B.
Very good. So you might read that as C minus the quantity A plus B. C minus the quantity A plus B. Okay? Again, minus is not a flip-flopper. A lot of kids overgeneralize this and they say, anytime I see subtraction, I got to flip-flop it. You're only flip-flopping it when you hear less than or something taken from something else, okay? We're going to go over a few more examples, and then it will be time for us to go. Why don't you flip the page, please? Example 2 here on the next page, it says, we're just going to write one expression to show W increased by 4. W increased by 4. Christoph, nice and loud. Very good. W plus 4. Let's scroll down. The next one says the sum of A, B, and C. Sum of A, B, and C. Real simple one. Malaya, nice and loud. These kids, I can't even get them to shout at me. All right. Other classes, I have to say, quiet down. These kids, I'm like, yell it. And they're like, A plus B plus C. They're a nice group, these kids. All right. Write an expression and a model. We're not doing the model to show 3 less than. Wait, that's ratio alert. We need a flip-flop button. All right, 3 less than P.
P subtract 3.
Very good. So 3 minus, wait, what did you say? I got going too fast here.
P subtract 3.
P minus, or P subtract, he said 3. P minus 3. All right, any questions so far? All right, let's do the next one. 3 and the difference of 3 and P. The difference of 3 and P. Malaya.
3 minus P.
Very good. That's not a flip-flopper. So it's just going to be right in order of how it's said. Okay? Again, we're just kind of tipping or putting the tip of our big toe here in the pond of algebra. And we are going to continue with this a little bit more as the days continue. Let's do one more example and then I'll assign your homework. Write an expression to show 4 less than the sum of G and 5. So you'll notice we have less than, that's signaling subtraction. Sum signals addition. So I'm going to recommend when you've got those two things going on, you're going to use parentheses. And I got to say, I got to give a little shout out to Malaya right now. Oh, speaking of shout outs. Hi, Brianna. And what did you have here? Oh, careful. Flip-flop word. Flip-flop word. Some people are getting stuck in the flip-flop words. I'm going to Michael.
G plus 5 subtract 4.
Very good. So the quantity G plus 5, because we have to find that sum, and we're finding 4 less than that amount, so we are subtracting 4. So pay attention to the flip-flop words. Okay? All right, so what you guys are going to do for homework tonight, if you could just give me 1 second here to explain, is the problem set on page 36. It says on number 1 to write 2 expressions to show a number decreased by 11. We're not doing that. We're going to have 1 expression. So 1, and I can erase this, 1 expression to show a number, and we are not drawing a model, okay? So just write the expression. Any questions? I'd like to thank the viewers for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you tomorrow on Math with Mrs. Lehman. Have a great day.